And right now, I'm really excited for the topic because even when
Yeah,
I'm saying, the topic is running around my mind.
yeah,
So, first of all, let me, give the topic name, before we start, which says useful phrases to sound like a native English learner.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
native English learner. Coach, before we start, what is a native learner? Like,
right,
what is the definition? If you can guide me and all the viewers here.
of course. I completely understand where that confusion comes from. It is confusing. A native learner, a native English learner, to be a bit more specific, is someone who was basically born learning English. Their first words were in English. They were spoken to as a baby, as a toddler in English. So it's not someone who learned English when they were a preteen or a teenager or an adult. It's someone who was an English speaking baby, we could say. Um, so yeah, that would be a native learner.
Okay, okay. And also in the topic it says useful phrases. So,
Right.
coach, tell us, we have normal statements which we speak in
Yes,
English, right? But
of
here
course,
you
of
are
course.
specifically talking about using phrases. So, how
Yeah.
phrases are different and why is it important to use them? If you can tell
So
us that.
phrases get confused with sentences a lot, but phrases aren't sentences. Phrases are just a group of words together. It could also just be two words, or it could just be like three words. It's not a full sentence. Um, Phrases are extremely important to know in the English language because when we use phrases and idioms, etc., our language becomes richer, right? And a phrase is something that is the way to define it would be something that's not literal, right? There's always a figurative meaning when we're speaking in a phrase. Um, I'd like to explain a quick little example
Okay.
of a phrase so the learners know. So, for
Yes.
example, a phrase would be, I have no idea. That would be a phrase. I have no idea. I think me and you say this on a daily basis. I think a lot of people say this in
Yes.
their everyday communication. Now, literally, I have no idea means I have no thought in my brain. I have nothing that I can come up with, right? At all.
Right.
But figuratively, I have no idea just means the meaning is just, I just don't know. I don't know. So, an example would be, hey, like, do you know when the food is coming? And someone would say, I have no idea. It doesn't mean that they have no thought in their brain, they have no knowledge. It's just that in this situation, they don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
again, I would have to say this Alpha Boat, every time, you come across the topics that add learnings even to me, for
Yeah.
freshers, for experienced, it puts a lot,
Yeah.
so this was the reason, coach, as I was saying, all the viewers to join Alpha Boat. If I just go
Yes.
and tell them you should follow Alpha Boat, they would say, okay, why? So this is the
Right.
reason, the small things, just in half an hour live session when you come across, but that brings a lot of learnings.
It's
So
very
viewers,
informative for
yeah,
sure.
it,
Yeah.
it does, it does. So viewers, let's give 10 seconds each of us and let's just go and follow alphabet
Yeah.
because now we know topic is so interesting. Now we really want to know the phrases, you know
Yes, of course. Yeah.
for knowing that, I don't want you want to see this video but miss others. No, there are a lot upcoming and already posted videos, so just
Yeah.
go and follow them. Also, once you follow them, just say a done, right, coach? That would be a hint for us
Yes,
that
that would be so
yes.
helpful. Please follow us and let us
Yes.
know that you're following us. That would be very helpful. Yes.
Yeah. So let's wait
Okay.
for 10 seconds.
Of
I
course.
guess, yeah, 10 seconds are quite enough. Just click and follow.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
it.
Please follow. Yeah. People
So,
are saying yes, so I
yes.
think they're following. It's great.
Okay. More 5 seconds. Okay, done. I can see that.
Perfect.
Good. This little two steps, just click and follow is going to add every week, something new in their life,
It would
where they learn.
encourage us too. come up with new things and compile new ideas for you guys.
Correct.
So your
Completely.
follow means a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's get into the phrases. Right?
Yes. Quickly. I
Now,
want to know which am I
yeah.
already using. Please tell us, coach. Yeah.
So, the thing about phrases that we need to understand is that when you go to like a school, not many schools are teaching phrases because the way I could describe it is it's not very bookish English. It's not proper English. Phrases are very conversational. We use it in our conversation every day. And if we were to write a formal email or if we were to do somewhat of a formal speaking seminar, we couldn't use these phrases. So when I get into these phrases to English native speakers like me and you, it could be normal because we use these on we use this on a daily basis, right? But the people who don't really have that native English touch, it's going to be difficult for them. And that's why we're doing this session. We're here to help whoever we can, right? So let's just get with the first phrase, okay? The first phrase is "I'm down." Okay, I just want to say a side note. When I was compiling this list of phrases, I was just thinking of things that I say on a daily basis. You know, simple things that I say that other people might find a little difficult when they're not familiar with the language. But when we understand like the mentality, the logic of these phrases, we can kind of understand. Also, we're really grateful that everyone is asking questions. We will answer your questions. Let me get done with a few phrases, and then in the middle we'll do Q&A with our lovely followers. Okay?
Yes. All the viewers will definitely
yes.
come back to you, and
Definitely.
I'm not going to let the coach go before she answers all your questions. So don't worry, she's right here with us. So let's listen her first, and definitely we'll answer their questions. Please go on.
So the first phrase is "I'm down." I'm down. It's just two words, very simple. What do you think the meaning of "I'm down" is?
Maybe someone is looking in the downward direction, I guess.
So that is where the misconception comes from. When we say "I'm down," a lot of people on the phone, let's say Twinkle, I'm picking you up. We're gonna go have lunch, and I'm picking you up. I'm in my car, and I say "I'm down." You're gonna think, oh, she's downstairs, something like that. So that's where, and that's correct. That is correct. But when people say "I'm down," it also means that I agree. I want to do this. Does that make sense? So it's new, right? So for example, for example, I would say, do you want to go get lunch? The other person would say, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to go. That means, oh yeah, I'd love to go. So that's a way, that is a phrase that people use. Another way of saying "I'm down" is "I'm game." I'm game. GAME. It sounds so peculiar, and when people take the literal meaning, it means I am game, like I'm a game. But it literally just means, oh, I agree. Let's go do this. I want to do this. I'm game.
Okay. Right. Even I guess, coach, the viewers were also thinking "I am down" means it has only one meaning, downstairs. But now we know it.
Right. Okay. The second one is a little familiar. This one I say all the time. It's embarrassing how much I say it, but I say this all the time. It's "for real" with a question mark. It's like a question. For real. It's, do you know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes,
When people
I
say "for
have.
real,"
Yeah, I've had, but very few people use this, Actually,
not a lot of people use it. It comes about in a lot of conversational English, and it's essentially a phrase that actually comes from the American culture. But now, obviously, most people that are very well versed with English use it. So, "for real" essentially means, so the literal meaning of "for real" would be someone questioning if something is real or not, if it's like possible or not. But when someone says "for real," it just means, oh, really? It's like a shock or a surprise. For example, if I said, oh, Twinkle, I won an award, You'd say, for real? You want to
Oh,
know
for
more? Like,
real?
oh, yeah, exactly. You got the hang of it. Yeah, so that's literally what it means. It just means, oh, really? That's so cool. Or like, oh, that's so shocking, etc.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, if anyone has any questions, we can answer some. We have a lot of comments on the
Yeah,
slide.
I actually see a few learners saying that the sessions help them,
That's
for the
really
different tests and
so glad.
learning English, which is good. This is something that motivates us to come up with new videos and new
Yes.
topics every time.
I think there's a question, someone said, in English language, accent does matter. Okay,
Right.
I know what you're trying to say, and I've had this question in my previous live as well. And all I would say is an accent does not matter. You don't need to have a very polished, very, Western accent at all. Um, I think what matters is pronunciation. You need to have your pronunciation of various words. It needs to be extremely accurate. And also, what's important is voice modulation and just being a good communicator, making sure someone else understands what you're saying is very important. So when you have these three things or these four things down to like a great, when you're good at these things, then you don't need an accent at all.
Okay.
So it does not matter.
Yeah, I hope the viewer has got it very clear. He's going to improve on all these 3-4 points, and we will help him to do that.
I hope you
Yes.
clarified. Okay, the next thing, the topics you pick are really interesting and helping me a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're really grateful for these comments. We do what we do uh, so that you guys understand. So
Yeah.
thank you. We'll get to the third phrase.
Yes.
Third phrase is something that most people have heard about. It's very popular. It's when someone says fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Fingers crossed is it literally means when someone just crosses their fingers, literally it means nothing. If you think about it, there's no sense to it. But
Huh.
when someone says fingers crossed, they mean, I hope this happens. So, for example, if I say, oh, I studied so hard for my exams, fingers crossed I do well. You know, that's what it means. It just means I hope nothing goes wrong. I hope everything goes the way I want it to.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Fun fact, fingers crossed is so popular as a phrase and an expression that if you look at your keyboard, your emoji keyboard, you're going to see fingers that do this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I
So
use
when
it
someone,
usually.
yes, exactly. So when someone does this, you already know what they mean, right?
Yes.
So
Correct.
that's a phrase. A phrase is
Huh.
basically something that you say which has an implied underlying meaning. Like you're supposed to understand what they're saying by just these few words,
Right.
which makes it so great and interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Um, the next one is very common, and this is one of the phrases that are kind of direct. I keep saying that phrases are whimsical and they have underlying meanings, but this is pretty direct. But it's definitely a phrase that everyone uses. It's when someone says, got it. I got it.
Oh. Oh,
You know?
I got it.
Yeah, exactly. So when someone understands something, they just said,
Right.
oh, yeah, I got it. I got it. Like, don't worry. I have it handled. I got it. So that one was pretty
Okay.
direct and common. The next one, the fifth one is
So,
something,
coach, I'm
yes,
just understanding one thing. So, got it, can be used in the place of understood, right? So, in case you are telling me something and I say, I understood, instead of that, I got it. Is
yeah, you can just
that's
say,
the
I got
same
it.
meaning, right?
Yes. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the difference though. Like, you can't say, I got it to your superior in an office. You can't say that to your teacher. You can't say that when you're writing a formal email. For example, if someone emails you something saying, did you understand? You can't say, yeah, I got it. Like, it's informal. Phrases
Right.
are informal, right? So it really depends on the context and the situation that you're saying these phrases. So you have to keep in mind that. That's very
Correct.
important.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The next one is something that all of us have been told when we were kids
Okay.
by our parents. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. You better stay
Right.
out of trouble, right? Um, Yeah, so this is um, literally when someone says stay out of trouble, it literally means just stay out of trouble. Like trouble is a place and you have to stay out of it if you
Huh.
literally think about it, right?
Right.
And that makes no sense at all.
No sense at all.
So yeah, so figuratively, it just means be cautious of what you're doing. Don't, behave properly. Don't
Right.
misbehave. That is stay out of trouble, right?
Okay.
If the viewers have any questions, please ask. We're open to questions. We're here to answer them as well.
Yes, yes, viewers.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of questions. Like what I see here is, one phrase, stay out of trouble means
Yes.
has so many meanings. It
Yeah.
depends on which statement you're saying it. Like if I'm
It's the
saying,
context.
if a mother is saying to the son, stay out of trouble, which means she's saying, be careful.
Yes.
And then
Exactly.
somewhere else, you say stay out of trouble. That time, they are saying be alert, be conscious.
Yes.
Something is
Yes.
going to. That's very
Yes.
interesting about the phrase, coach.
Yeah, exactly. It has
Correct.
various meanings and they're all underlying. And,
Right.
I could understand how this could be difficult for
Mm-hmm.
beginners. I completely
Correct.
understand. What was also great was I actually had a student who I did idioms and phrases with yesterday. And
Okay.
that really helped me understand how to explain some things in the life because she was a learner, first time English learner. And
Right.
I could understand where the confusion was because
Right.
there's so much of literal meaning, which is not what is, the problem.
Praise me.
Uh,
Right.
so someone is asking, what is the meaning of underlying? Okay. Underlying essentially means when there is a word and it has no literal meaning. There's something about it that means something else that the word isn't telling you to your face. That's the only way that I could explain it. The word is saying something, but the meaning is something else. But when we say this word or when we say this phrase, it's supposed to be understood of what the communicator is supposed to communicate. Yeah. Okay. The next one is grab a bite to eat. Grab
Uh,
a bite to eat.
sure, coach, I'm ready. You can give me. I can take a bite.
Grab a bite to eat is literally, if you think about it, again, it makes no sense. How do you
Right.
grab a bite? How do you
Right.
grab like someone biting something? It doesn't make any sense. But
Uh-huh.
again, figuratively, it means usually it's used in the context of when you're inviting someone, like, Twinkle, let's go grab a bite to eat, or I'm just gonna go grab a bite to eat. What's very important about this phrase is also um, the fact that it's always when we say grab bite to eat, it means we're eating outside. We're not really eating at home. That is usually when we use it. When we're going to go out to an eatery, to a restaurant, let's go grab a bite. Okay?
Oh,
Um,
right.
any questions? Any doubts?
Yes, viewers, do you have any doubt? You can just put it in there and we'll
Yeah.
have the coach to answer it. But yeah, I can see, we use a normal statement, let's go out and eat. Instead of
Hmm.
that, this phrase looks, really good when you say it.
Yeah.
Let's grab a
Yeah.
bite.
Right?
Okay.
The point of a phrase is to make our language richer, for
Mhm.
sure. Like you need when you use phrases, the reason why Alpha Board is teaching phrases and idioms. This is very important, is because first of all, now a lot of schools don't touch upon in different boards. Obviously, it depends on the board of education, but a lot of schools don't talk about these phrases, right?
Mhm.
So Alpha Board is incorporating this in our syllabus because of this reason. Because
Mhm.
we're not only trying to teach our learners bookish English from the
Right.
textbook, from the syllabus. We're trying to teach them how to speak, how to be fluent, how
Hmm.
to go out in the world and be confident at speaking in English. So they're going to come across people who use these phrases and idioms, and we don't want them to be stuck.
Right.
We want them
Coach,
to learn. Yeah.
when you say that, I remember we have videos on Alpha Board which says how to think in English, how to speak in English.
Of course. Yeah. So there are so
Everything,
many
is
phases
there.
to this. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's really helpful, because it's always said whatever you think, that is what you speak. So there
Exactly.
is a video, yeah, where it says how you can think in English, and then
Yeah.
it also says fluency in English, which was done
Yes.
with you only, coach. Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Okay. The next one, this is my personal favorite. This is don't push your luck. Don't push your luck. Again, literally, we cannot push luck. Luck is intangible, which means we can't touch it, we can't push it, nothing like
Right.
that. But it essentially means don't push your luck, essentially means that you say this when someone is doing very well, okay? But then they get a little overconfident, right? They get a little overconfident and they start taking too many risks. So you say, don't push your luck, like you're doing well. If you push your luck, you might become unlucky. So that's why you say, don't push your luck.
This is new for me and all the viewers. Viewers, do agree if you have, learned really a new thing today.
I hope everyone learns new things today. Anyway,
Yes.
the next one is again, it's used a lot. Have you heard of, oh, that's a rip-off?
No,
That's a
I have
rip-off.
not heard
Okay.
it.
Okay. So, again, when I look at this as a new learner or someone who's not very much a native learner, I think, oh, they're going to think of a rip, like a rip. Let's rip the bandage off. But what is a rip-off as, as it is? So, when we say that's a rip-off, it makes no sense. But the figurative meaning means when something is too expensive or something is just not worth the money, not priced accurately, we would say that's a rip-off. Like if I think something's too expensive and I don't want to pay for it, I'll say, oh, that's a rip-off. Like I'm not going to buy that. Or you could say,
Oh,
oh, I'm getting ripped off. When someone is charging too much and you know they're charging too much, you can say, oh, I'm just getting ripped off. You know? So that's the expression as well.
nice.
Yeah.
Now I can see the viewers. Okay, Rahul is saying this is helping him a lot and he has learned lot of new phrases. That's great, Rahul. And Rahul, since you have already learned it, try to use it. Right, coach?
Yeah.
That is when the
Please try
real
to use it.
impact
Yeah.
is. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Next one is I call shotgun. I call shotgun. This
Okay.
one's very complicated. And
Right.
I remember reading up some sense to this phrase, why it's called this, and it was just it's very, it's not a direct understanding of what this means. I call shotgun is not related to guns, it's not related to war, it's not related to anything violent. It's simply whenever we go into a car and some of us have that excitement to sit near the driver in the passenger seat, you
Yes,
know
I do.
a lot of people, yeah. So you would say I call
Huh.
shotgun, which means I want to sit there and I reserved my place there, if that
Okay,
makes
okay.
any sense.
Coach, if you can give more one or two examples on this one,
Okay.
because this is quite tricky, out of all the
This is
phrases till
tricky.
now.
This is tricky.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
in a lot of films, where I got introduced to this saying. As you know, these sayings aren't very common in India. It has now it is, but previously it wasn't very common. So I got introduced to these sayings through TV and films and music videos. So I call shotgun is just when someone wants, it's so simply just such a simple meaning, but so complicated at the same time. It's when someone wants to sit in a passenger seat. It's
Okay.
just for the passenger seat. The driver's seat, and right
Uh-huh.
to the left of the driver in India, it's the left. The left of the driver, people want to sit
Right.
there. As a kid, I just wanted to sit there. I didn't want to sit in the back with everyone
Huh.
else. I wanted my own seat. So, to reserve your seat before someone else coming and stealing it from you, you say, I call shotgun. But like I said, this is not official. None of this is formal. Like you can't say I call shotgun and it's like a official understanding. You just
Right.
say it. It's just an expression you say.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Right.
Any other clarifications, doubts, anything?
Yeah, viewers, Do let
Viewers
us
have
know if
nothing.
you have any.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Coach Rahul has promised that he's going to use whatever phrases he has learned. So that is good, Rahul. Do
Yeah,
use
that's
it and
great,
let us
Rahul.
know your experience,
Yes.
how
Please
people
let us know.
reacted.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. The last one is we've had such a good session. Um, and it makes me feel sad that I'm talking about the last one. I wish I could share more. But the
Right.
10th one that we have today is keep me posted.
Okay.
Okay. So keep me posted, the literal meaning has nothing to do, it seems like it's related to a post office or a post-it note or an envelope. It's nothing
Hmm.
like that. When someone says keep me posted, they just mean keep me updated. So let's say me and you, Twinkle, we're working for companies and
Okay.
we've done a joint collaboration on a project, and you have some things that you want to implement in the project. I would say
Right.
to you, Twinkle, keep me posted. Keep me posted in this because I need to know.
Okay.
Does that
Okay.
make sense? Okay, I hope
Right.
that makes sense for everyone. Yeah. So
So
this is
keep me
concluding the
posted.
10 phrases. Yes.
In simpler terms, keep me posted would be keep me informed. Like
Keep me
whatever you're
informed.
doing, keep me in the
Yes.
loop. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So I guess
So,
we can use this phrase as viewers would tell us. Coach,
hmm.
keep us posted with your recent videos, as in when you
Yes.
come across with it.
Of course.
So for
Of course.
that, Coach, if you want to keep the viewers posted, the learners posted about the video, they just need to follow, right? That's the
They just
only
need to
simple
follow.
thing, right?
For more videos, please follow.
Right. See, Anuj is also saying, keep me posted with the sessions. Sure, Anuj,
Yeah.
just go and follow Alpha Board and definitely you will be posted about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone, please follow. Yes.
Yeah. So, coach, let's take 10 minutes, where if anyone is having any questions or if they want explanation again for certain, phrases, they'll just put it here. So, viewers and learners, I'll just request you if any phrase, you feel you need little example or any understanding or any phrase, out of, your own life which you have come across, please do put it on the comment and just so everyone else get to know about it, right?
Yes. And something that's very commonly asked about these phrases is that there's so many phrases. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of phrases, and it's not humanly possible to sit and learn all of them. Correct? So
Right.
where do we learn these phrases? Like how do we come about these phrases on a everyday basis? I would say I feel like I give this answer for anything related to English, but the best way to learn more phrases is if you watch TV shows, English TV shows, movies. There's so many shows to choose from on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, on the internet, and even books. So please do that so you come across more of these phrases.
Right. So, coach, there's one more thing from my end. Actually, before that, Chetan wants to know, making a switch
Okay,
from data science to finance career.
no.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Chetan,
yeah.
yeah, we are right now, having a live session with Alpha Board where, it's all about English. So, coach, if you can just give a brief about, what exactly we do and
Okay.
how that can help Chetan in his life.
Okay, Chetan, we aren't, today's session is not career related, but obviously the company does deal with these things. So your queries will be solved in a few next few sessions, etc. But Alpha Board, essentially what we do is we to keep it very simple, we teach English. We teach not the conventional way of teaching English. We have a very modern approach to teaching English. When it not only the bookish formal way, we teach our learners how to speak on an everyday basis. We teach them how to, from that to conducting interviews to making presentations, soft skills, etc. We just have everything about English at Alpha Board. So if you require any help regarding that, please get in touch with us and we will help you.
Right. And coach, I believe we also have a free demo session, right? If any learner has any query, they can
Yes.
book it.
Yes.
Correct?
So
Yes.
I used to be a demo session coach actually. So
Okay.
yeah, so I could there's a lot I can say about this, but before you get into AlphaBoard, there's actually a session which is free. And what we do is we meet you and we try to understand what exactly your problem is in English, where you're falling short. And then we suggest, obviously, there are some techniques that are taught to show our prospective learners what our course entails, what the syllabus is, how we teach, and then we suggest a
Right.
course for
So